Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Major Garrett in for Norah. We're going to begin tonight with the growing concern and confusion over whether vaccines provide enough protection against that dangerous Delta variant of coronavirus. Tonight, the CDC and FDA say they do, and that Americans who've gotten their recommended doses, 2 for Pfizer and Moderna, and 1 for Johnson & Johnson, don't need to do anything else. The rare pushback comes after Pfizer surprised the government, saying new data showed immunity from its vaccine begins to wane after 6 months, and that it wants authorization to give out booster shots. But the Biden administration says there's no evidence those boosters are needed, at least not now. At the same time tonight, the CDC is issuing new guidance for millions of families, urging all children to return to school this fall, and the agency says masks won't be necessary for fully vaccinated teachers and students. It is a lot to sort out, so Dr. Ashish Jha is standing by to answer your questions. But first, CBS's Nikki Battiste is going to lead off our coverage from New York. Nikki, good evening.
Major, good evening. The Javits Center here in New York City has served as one of the world's largest mass vaccination sites, but tonight it's shutting down, just as cases of the Delta variant are rising and less than half the country is vaccinated. Tonight, pushback from 2 top federal health agencies on the need for a booster shot. The FDA and CDC telling Americans who have been fully vaccinated in a written statement they do not need a booster at this time. It comes after Pfizer and BioNTech officials announced they were seeking emergency use authorization for a booster because antibody levels in the blood may decline 6 months after immunization. Independent studies have suggested that immunity from full vaccination is likely to remain robust for years, even against variants.
Is there some sort of scientific evidence that would suggest they should look into a booster?
Not at this time.
Dr. Celine Gounder is an infectious disease specialist at Bellevue Hospital in New York.
I think the headline here is that if you have received both doses of the Pfizer or, for that matter, the Moderna vaccine, you are fully protected against severe disease, hospitalization, and death, even with the Delta variant.
Gounder says the J&J vaccine is also holding up well. But cases are rising in 26 states, and hospitalization rates are up in 17 states, 27% in Florida, almost exclusively among the unvaccinated. This as the CDC released new guidance urging schools to fully reopen in the fall, saying vaccinated students and staff do not have to wear masks, and that social distancing isn't a requirement for in-person learning, even in areas with high case rates.
I think that new guidance is essentially meaningless unless you have a way to track who has been vaccinated, who hasn't.
21-year-old Emma Jenks is one of the last people to get a vaccine dose at the Javits Center before it shuts down.
I feel that the people I'm around are much more protected because I'm now vaccinated.
Pfizer tells CBS News tonight it regularly discusses its research program with public health officials around the world. But Dr. Fauci said in an interview tonight they were not given a heads up and that Pfizer's CEO even apologized to him. Major?
So many complexities. Nikki Battiste, thank you.